Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the What Was That podcast. I'm Jazzy.
And I'm Addi.
So you may have noticed we've been on a tiny break.
Or hopefully not.
And we won't go into deep details on why, but we appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you guys
hanging
out.
That we're like sitting in a dark basement. I like look out and I'm like, oh God, it's like dark in here.
Yeah, I like look at the computer, I'm like, tee-hee, and then I look up, I'm like,
yeah, hopefully it's not, because it's been too bright. So I'm like, trying to find the perfect balance.
Yeah.
This one's going to be really dark. I'm going to have to turn the brightness up like all the way. Or just turn it all the way off. Yeah. Oh no.
It's March, so my month is over.
I need to blow cinnamon in after this. I need to blow cinnamon into my door. Okay.
And we won't go into deep details on why, but we appreciate you guys hanging out until we got back.
Yes, thank you. Now, trust, we wouldn't leave you hanging unless it was something dire like health issues or literally anything else. So...
It's like health related or literally anything. We would not leave you hanging unless we would.
And you'll never know. But we figured why not talk about some health issues?
Not our own, obviously, but other people's nightmares. These are some horrifying hospitals.
You want to try that clean?
Yes. Yeah. Nightmares. Not our own, obviously, but other people's nightmares. These are some horrifying hospitals.
I heard you almost.
Yeah. Nightmares. Story 1. The time my grandpa was almost murdered in a mental hospital. Trigger warning mentions of murder and cannibalism. So my grandpa is a criminologist, Dr. Eric Hickey. If you're into true crime, you may have come across his name a few times. He specializes in a very specific field of criminology, a very specific type of criminal, the dark side. Like, is there like a light side?
I just hear...
Yeah.
I am a criminal. I am your lover.
Okay, I'm going to log back in and it's going to be so serious. These are your serial killers, your PD3F, your PDFs, your necro files. Yep, okay, yep, not... Basically, all your dark and disturbed social deviants. As part of his work, he often interviewed these people, mainly for research, since he teaches criminology and sociology at some of the local colleges here, and has written several books, and also appeared for interviews and crime documentaries. About 50 years ago or so, he was a guest at a mental hospital, and not one of those ordinary mental hospitals either. We're talking about the place that makes Arkham Asylum look ordinary. The woman he was interviewing that day was named either Lucy or Emily. I'll just call her Lucy because that's how my dad told me this story before my grandpa told him she may have been named Emily, but he doesn't know for sure. Okay. Cool. Lucy was there because she had murdered her kids, chopped them up, and ate them. Lucy was unhinged. Luckily, Lucy had a tell. The doctors and orderlies always knew when Lucy was going to strike because she would sing a creepy song that went something like, tra-la-la, life is beautiful. And then I imagine it's like girly pop.
Yeah.
Tra-la-la, life is beautiful.
Singing into her hair.
I imagine like Hillary Duff.
Yeah. She like dances around in the hallway and she's like against the wall.
I'm like, dear God, it's like Megan dancing in bed in the hallway.
Tra-la-la, and life is beautiful, and I definitely don't want to kill you or myself.
Yeah.
She's like the Debbie
Ryan.
Yeah.
When I'm murdered.
I'm gonna start saying that all the time now because I'm so
deprived.
Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful.
And then the next part of the song is when she would be about to kill you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of the big rules of this place was never take your eyes off the patients. A few weeks prior to my grandpa visiting, one of the patients took the opportunity to attempt to murder a distracted guard with a butcher knife. I don't think they should have knives.
Yeah. Where they get a butcher knife?
No knives. So my grandpa is interviewing Lucy, and one of the doctors my grandpa is friends with starts chatting him up. A few minutes later, Lucy starts singing, "Tra-la-la, life is beautiful. I'm gonna kill you, Mr. Hickey." As soon as my grandpa heard Mr. Hickey, he turned around, and that's when Lucy pounced. She starts strangling him, but luckily the guards were able to get her off of him. I don't know what happened to Lucy after that. I don't know if she's still there or if she's still alive, but man, what a crazy story. Yep.
That's crazy.
Did I tell you that one of my exes isn't allowed to have knives?
Yes.
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 I didn't know that.
We know the story about crazy
Yeah.
knife guy.
Yeah.
Almost
Mr.
doxed his
Pistachio.
name.
Yeah.
I think, like, what a time to be alive. Obviously not in their shoes, but in the era where they just locked you up for seemingly no reason, and then you, like, go crazy. But there's just these massive buildings of insane people that are being driven insane because they're being, like, assaulted and
Right.
and drugged and starved and abused every day.
Right. I feel like no way you wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. There's literally no way that you wouldn't go crazy at some point. And it's crazy that was like such a normal thing for so long. They were like, yes, he's got a bit of the autism. Let's throw him in there.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he's in there for years and years and starts chewing people's nail beds off because he has nothing better
He
to
does
do.
actually
Yeah.
go insane after
Yeah.
a certain point.
There's
a school we used to walk around in California. UC Channel Islands used to be a mental institution and they turned it into a college.
Mm-hmm.
And like you look around, you're like, okay, this is nice. And then every like now and then you see a dark corner with a barred window and you're like, this is unsettling here.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to, actually, fun fact, idiots was like a term that doctors used to describe if you were like mentally ill. Idiots, imbeciles, lunatics, maniacs, obviously, but the idiots and imbeciles
Yeah, I didn't know
are,
that.
what they used to call people. And half-wit.
Okay. Yep. Mhm.
Yep. So all these like words that we still use were actively used by doctors nonetheless to
Right.
describe.
This is a medical term.
Yeah, people
you
who were
have been
in.
diagnosed an idiot.
I would, if I was alive in the times of this time where they would put people away for no reason, I would have been put away probably a long time ago.
No,
Yeah.
you're too hot and funny.
I wouldn't be once I went in there.
Damn it, no.
I mean, maybe I'd be funny to all the friends that like lived inside my head with me. But
yeah, you
Yeah.
and Lucy just like starting a pop career.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also really hard because a lot of mental illnesses can be brought on by extreme bouts of stress or like
Right.
anxiety or trauma. So like a lot of people
Being
don't
put in here.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't have like schizophrenic breaks until like something major happens to them and then something in their brain is like rewired.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now they're schizophrenic, now they're like
Right.
have psychopathy, like now there's like different things that are wrong with them. And same with like bipolar disorder. Like there are certain types of bipolar disorder that can be developed usually it's at a young age, but it's after something traumatic has happened to them. So yeah, it's crazy to think about how many people were probably in there for no reason. I mean, this
Right.
lady obviously.
Yeah, this lady is probably not one of those people, but
Yeah.
there are. You're so right.
Yeah.
Ton of people that got put in there because they were gay or something else.
Yeah, we're sick in some way or another and just got tossed into the loony bin and tested on and electrocuted and so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Story 2. I don't like the asylum. So I worked as a police officer in the UK between the ages of 19 and 24, and I'm now 26, and I'm male. Cool. I left for personal reasons not connected to the story. One late shift about 2 years ago, I posted to the diary car. Essentially, I was to deal with scheduled appointments for low-level, non-urgent crime. It was a bit of a bum posting, but we all had to take it in turns to free up the rest of the guys for the emergencies. The key thing with this was posting is that it's for one officer only, so I was alone. I got to my 8 p.m. appointment, which was at a mental hospital, a place I and most officers probably go to near enough every week. This is because patients under section abscond regularly, and the hospital has to report it to the police as protocol. 9 times out of 10, they would return on their own free will, perfectly safe and well. Tonight, I was sent to debrief a patient who had returned. Essentially, I had to make sure that they're back and they're safe and nothing bad happened to them while missing. That kind of thing. I'd like to add that I've had a phobia of the mentally ill, particularly women. I hate going to this hospital, and it never got any easier for me, but I had to do my job. This hospital's old and creeps the hell out of me. From the outside, anyway. It has dark brown brickwork, huge windows, and what looks like a bell tower rising from the center. It looks like an old church building. Essentially, it looks like an asylum from a horror movie. I thought I might share a photo of it, but it's very distinct and would give away the story's location, so I'm not sure that I can. I went inside and presented myself to reception, who escorted me onto the ward through 2 locked doors and opened by staff electronic fobs. It's very clinical and white inside, smells of bleach and alcohol like most hospitals, so nothing like the outside. I get into the ward office and speak to the staff nurse. She gives me all the details I need, but in doing so, as per usual, I've been spotted by half the patients on the ward already. This office is locked, but it's in the center of the ward. I called it the Goldfish Bowl because every wall has a continuous window going all the way around like it's looking out of a fishbowl. The uniform I'm in is a massive draw for the patients, and they all surround the glass, tapping on it, shouting things at me, etc. Reminds me of The Walking Dead a bit. I'm used to this, though it happens nearly every time. I do need to speak to Mary, though, the patient who returned, so I know I have to walk through all of that lot. I don't like it, but 2 members of staff come with me and we walk through. No one touches me, just a few unkind words, but eventually we get to Mary's room. The door is open and I look in before seeing Mary sat on the bed. I don't recognize her, and I'm sure I haven't dealt with her before. She had dark blonde hair, fairly long. It was really greasy and hadn't seen a brush in a while. I knew from the details I was given that she was 25. She sat on the bed, hunched over, her head bowing down. She was wearing a t-shirt about 5 sizes too big for her, but nothing on the bottom that I could see. The t-shirt was huge, though, and covered everything. I said hello and explained why I was there, that I needed to ask her a few short questions while reassuring her that she was not in any kind of trouble. She said nothing. The staff members I was with then had to leave as something was going on with another patient. I went to step inside the room and Mary screamed at me, "No, don't." I stayed outside the room as I could just speak to her from behind the threshold of the door without causing her any unnecessary distress, or me for that matter. She then turned her head to look at me. I know she was unwell, but she looked terrible. Her lips were chapped and she had sores on her face that had obviously been picked at. I could now see that she had self-harm scars down her arms too, and lots of them. Her eyes were dark and I could not make out her pupils, really chilling, like a deep sadness, but also something very sinister. I'm uncomfortable, but I hide it and go to begin my questions. She interrupts me and says sharply, "I know why you're here." I assume that she's had debriefs before and she knows the system by now, but then she says, "You're here to kill me, James. He sent you, and now you've come." She referred to me by my first name. This shocked me. It's common for an officer's rank, surname, and shoulder number to be given out, but never their first name, not even to the staff from the hospital, let alone patients. I don't know what to say. I want to ask her how she knows my name, but then I hesitate and think to myself, don't let on that that's your name. She continues before I have any chance to say anything. "I'm not letting you take me, James. I will kill you because you will kill me." She then screams very loudly. I'm frozen. I've dealt with a lot of shit in my job, but this was truly terrifying for me. Still sat on the bed, but looking at me, she then rolls her eyes back so I only see white, and with her long, overgrown fingernails, she starts scratching violently at her arms and face. Blood is drawn instantly. I'm still not reacting. This is by far the large and freakiest thing that I've had to witness in the line of duty. Luckily, the nurses heard and came over. They restrained her and suggested I may want to leave to help her calm down. I did so immediately. This interview was very much over. As I walked down the corridor, I could hear her screaming my name. Someone let me out, and I walked back to my vehicle, got the driver's seat, and it took a few minutes. I was shaking. I could still hear her screaming my name inside of my head. She was the Shutter Island kind of scary, and I remember her vividly to this day. All of this went into my report, by the way. So how did she know my name? I'm not really sure. My name isn't James, it's less common than that, so I ruled out it being a complete coincidence. The only rational thing I can think of is that being a regular visitor, I must have been with a colleague who had said my name on a previous occasion. She must have heard it and remembered. This scares me, but it's the only way, surely. Needless to say, I would check in from time to time to see if she had absconded again. She did a couple of times, but eventually went off the radar, perhaps transferred or released. I did not know. I still have nightmares about her coming to kill me.
That is horrifying.
Yeah, that's spooky. That's really, at first I was like, oh, like that's a really common name. So, I mean, it could make sense. But knowing that they use like a fake name in the story, that's freaky.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah. At least she didn't like jump at him or anything or try to actually harm him. And it was just like
that is true.
Yeah.
That is very true. But yeah, I would absolutely shit myself if they're like, you're gonna try to kill me, and your eyes roll back and you start clawing at your face,
bleeding. Yeah.
I would drive and drench myself in holy water.
Yeah, I would too. I'd probably move, honestly. It's one of those things, especially because she gets out a lot.
Yeah.
She just happens to escape. First of all, what kind of a hospital do they just kind of like, they just happen to escape once a week?
They get out.
What can you say? They get out. They always come back.
Yeah. Last one, they give people knives. This one, they just get out.
They just get out. And what a place where they get out, but they just come back.
Yeah.
Like a stray cat, like a cat. Like
It
a cat
is.
that gets out.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I want to go home. And then they just come back.
I'm done now.
That's crazy.
I'll go lay down.
I'm tired. I had 3 warm meals in a bed. And they gave me sponge baths.
Sponge bath is nice.
Sponge baths. I love, like, taking a bath if somebody's bathing me. Because it's like, it takes all the responsibility out and you just kind of feel like a baby.
Just like relax.
Yeah. You're like,
your brain is off. You're nice and warm.
yeah, just wash my hair. Thank you. That's it. That's all I want.
Yeah. This would be something that would make me quit.
Yeah.
The job.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes me wonder what it was that made them
I
quit.
know. It's due to other reasons they quit, but not for that reason.
Not for that. I'm like, that would have been enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I would have quit. Well, first of all, I wouldn't
I'm
be a
not,
cop
I
in the
wouldn't,
first place.
I'm not
but
gonna do, yeah.
yeah, that reminds me of the movie The Last Shift, I think it's called. It's a movie about like a police woman who has to go stay at this place overnight and some really creepy shit happens.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Really spooky. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
I wouldn't want to be like I don't like a night shift.
No, I couldn't do a night shift anywhere. I couldn't do a night shift anywhere. I also, like, I know that the day's going to come because it comes for everyone, but, like, the day that I have to stay in a hospital overnight, like, I've stayed in a hospital, like, really late at night. Like, I had a cyst that ruptured in 2023, and I was in the hospital at, like, God, I got there at like 6 p.m. and I didn't leave the hospital until like 4 in the morning.
Jeez. Yeah.
So I was there like overnight technically.
Yeah, but
like,
it's not like, okay, here's your bed that you're gonna sleep
exactly.
in.
No, it was like we're running tests on you all night. Like we're looking at different things. We're checking you out, like doing all these things.
Yeah.
And I was like they had me on like mass amounts of Benadryl to like keep me asleep.
Yeah.
So I literally would like remember like
Yeah.
over and over. But
Yeah.
the night that I had to stay at a hospital overnight by myself,
I'm gonna be creeped out. I know
it's
it.
that is gonna be awful. So much creepy
I
shit
don't like
happens.
hospitals.
I don't either. The next 2 stories are like a nurse that works in a hospital.
Ooh.
So
Well, story 3.
yeah.
Let's dive into that. Okay, story 3. Weird glitch in the Matrix hospital experience. This story happened when I was a nursing student doing my clinical rotation in the labor and delivery in the labor and delivery ward at a local hospital. My class was divided into 2 teams at the time, and the team that I got placed on was the night shift. Of course, that night had to be extremely busy. That the OB triage suite desperately needed more hands on deck. My instructor sent me down to the triage unit to be able to observe what goes on in the trenches of labor and lend a hand if needed. Pregnant women came through those doors like there was no tomorrow, and everyone was in a hassle. It was about 2 a.m. when a mother went into labor, causing chaos to ensue as every licensed individual basically popped in to assist. The mother delivered, and both she and her baby were transported to a more controlled environment so she could deliver the placenta as well. Lucky me, being the nursing student, I was given the fun task to clean up the room and get ready for the next patient that may need it. Imagine a room that was just used to deliver that's left in a complete state of disarray. I thought to myself, I'm going to need help cleaning this up. Then one of my friends came in reminding me that it was time for our lunch. I asked her that before we head out, if she'd be kind enough to grab some fresh linen from the stock room while I discard the soiled items. At this moment, my friend agreed, and she walked into the supply closet while I had my back turned from the filth. As I turned towards the room and started the sanitation process, I was left in utter belief, as the room was in pristine condition with fresh sheets and stock supplies, ready to accommodate the next patient walking through the doors. I stood there frozen and confused. As my friend walked back from the supply room, she immediately looked at me and said, "Are you fucking with me?" As she stared at the basically brand new room. I turned to her with my eyes wide open. Without any more convincing, she tossed the fresh linens inside the room, and we sprinted to the nurse's station, both pale and out of breath. We told the nurse in charge what happened, and she just responded with a stare and smirked. I'm aware that night shifts sometimes mess with your mind due to sleep deprivation, but this was an experience that was witnessed by more than one person. This is the weirdest experience ever, I dare say, and I'm not becoming a labor and delivery nurse anytime soon. I feel like that one I wouldn't be that mad at.
Yeah, I'd be like, thanks. Whatever sources or like whatever.
It's like, do you want me to
higher things? Maybe
leave you some cigarettes and a soda, like
some chocolates? Maybe. Like, what from the afterlife can you have?
Yeah, like
if I
that
light
was
a
pretty
cigarette
handy.
and like hold it in the room, can you like? I know you can't like hold it, so if I like hold it up in the air, can you come up? Can you imagine you hold a cigarette and you see the cherry like go down?
I would shit.
I'd lose my mind.
Yeah.
And I'll lose my mind.
I would scream, drop it, light the linens on fire, hospital,
the whole
done.
Hospital done, all the people inside gone.
Yep.
Who cares?
Yeah, all because a ghost smoked a cigarette.
Yeah. That's a really nice ghost if that's what it was.
Right.
I am interested like what could have done that, because my first thought is sleep deprivation.
Right. I'm like, were you sleep deprived and maybe walked in the wrong room?
Yeah.
Did you leave and then like turn too soon and didn't realize it?
Yeah. Or you had already cleaned it and you just like didn't remember, like you kind of like blacked out, then came to.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that there was like another person.
Right.
But at the same time, like the other person had just walked in, so maybe they didn't get like a full eye, and so they assumed that they like had a bunch of dirty stuff.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. The next story after this actually is is not a follow-up, but it's like a part 2.
Oh, interesting.
Kind of. It's written by the same person. It's just like another story that they have.
Yeah.
So
hospitals have to be crazy haunted.
oh yeah, I mean there's people dying in them like
Constantly.
every minute of the day.
Yeah.
Like all the time. It's just one floor
Just
after
people
another.
living and dying.
Yep, being born, being dead, being born, being
dead.
Okay, story 4. This is made by the same person. So it's titled Haunted Hospital. Hi everyone, I made a post a few months ago about an experience I had when I was a nursing student at a local hospital. It was a glitch in the matrix sort of thing. I am now a full-fledged ER nurse resident at the same hospital, and now I can truly say that the place has something more going on in its halls and walls than just patient care. I had this experience a few hours ago before I got off my shift. Many of you may or may not be familiar with Omnicell. It's an automated medication pull-up system that some hospitals use to store medications and easily access them during medication passes, like an ATM but for drugs. Being somewhat of a new nurse, I'm still at a point where I go through all the medication rights before I pull and administer meds, so it's safe to say that I'm not as fast as the other seasoned nurses when I'm pulling meds. My preceptor and I had a patient who had orders for IV Keppra for seizures, so naturally, after reviewing the orders, I walk up to the med room where the Omnicell machine is located in. It's a small room just for one nurse to be in, which is a safety precaution to avoid distraction while pulling meds. Although I've noticed it's a famous gossiping spot as well. The door has a small glass window that you can peek through. As I got in the front door, I saw a man dressed in navy blue scrubs, just like my uniform, so naturally I wait until they finish their med pull, as I assumed it was another nurse. I'm waiting out for a while, and I can still see the man inside just standing in front of the Omnicell, not doing anything. I still haven't developed my assertive attitude, so I patiently wait longer. My preceptor soon comes up to me, asking why I'm taking so long, and I reason out, stating that there's someone in there. He peeks into the window and gives me a bewildered look before saying, "What do you mean someone's in there?" And we both peek through the window and look, and lo and behold, the room is empty, and I've been standing at a door on guard the whole time. So he, or whatever was in there, couldn't have left. The door is the only access in and out of that small room.
A ghost.
A ghost.
A ghost.
Simply a ghost.
Simply a ghost.
Yeah, it was a ghost nurse. Oh, God, another job that would suck.
That would be awful to be stuck in. Because, like, also, like, if you're a ghost, so you can't actually run around and save people.
Yeah, you can't do actually what you want to do while you became a nurse. You're literally just there and you're pointless. You're just standing in front of a med dispenser.
Yeah. You're just like, oh, let me grab that shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
You're just trying to get high. You're like trying to get all the like really nice meds and you're like, I can't grab them. And
Let me out of this hellscape.
you keep ordering them over and over again and it does nothing. There's just some giant vat of like oxycodone
Just like on the floor for no reason.
Oh my God. Oh, that would suck. I would hate. I'd see. And that's
awful job to
God, I hope
be stuck.
I don't die at work. Oh my God.
Logging.
Once we get to work from home, maybe it'll be better to like die because then I'll die in my home.
Yeah.
So then I'm not like tied to just working, right? That's how it would work.
Right. I think so.
Okay.
Based on what I'm thinking right now and not any previous scientific evidence.
Yeah, exactly. All the research that we've put in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Based on Severance, we would be like Gemma writing the notes if we died at work.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's awful.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
No. I want to be home with my boys and girl.
Yeah. So you can haunt them.
Well, I don't want to haunt them,
But like in a cute way, not like a like a. Woo.
I would though if I could like haunt people in a spooky way. I probably would.
I'd be
kind
a
of fun.
prankster about it.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun. Like, can you imagine you can like Beetlejuice it and you can make yourself into whatever you want to, and you stand in the corner and you like make your eyes like really, really, really large, and you make yourself like a shadow person.
Oh, totally.
Like there's nothing like they can like stick their hand through you, like you're like complete darkness.
Yeah,
and it's just like big bulging eyeballs with no eyelids.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And then I'd go booga booga booga. And then you know it was me. Did you hit your head?
Yeah.
See, it'd be scary.
I was scared.
Yeah.
You scared? I was really scared.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been told. I've seen Courage the Cowardly Dog. I know booga 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 is the scariest thing you can say. Honestly, I was already scared of hospitals, so I can't say if this really did anything.
Yeah, let's just hope that we can both stay far away from hospitals for the time being. But you know what you shouldn't stay away from? Us. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all of our social media and on Reddit. You can also share your own stories with us at Reddit and all of our social media at whatwasthat_thepod, or email us at whatwasthat.thepod@gmail.com. And don't forget to listen to us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube. All of that fun stuff.
Yeah. You know, I think it would be kind of cool for us to go visit a ward.
Yeah, I think so too, as long as... Wait, what was that?